Hello everyone, in this video you will discover everything you need to know about hemorrhoids, what causes them, prevention, and how to cure it. Although we've all heard the term, most of us have no idea what hemorrhoids are, and what causes them, apart from the ones who suffer from them. But it's essential to learn about what hemorrhoids are since studies suggest that almost 80% of adults have them at some point in their lives. Now, what exactly are hemorrhoids? Believe it or not, hemorrhoids are an essential component of the excretory system, and they sit inside the anus to prevent any leakage. It's thanks to hemorrhoids that we can go about our day without having to change out of our soiled pants. But this, however, is when hemorrhoids are in their normal state. It is when they are prolapsed when they become a problem. Symptoms of prolapsed hemorrhoids include bright red blood passing through the anus after a bowel motion, along with itching, and/or mucus surrounding the area. After this happens, the hemorrhoid prolapses or falls out of the anus, and starts to look like a bright red cherry. This prolapsed hemorrhoid may go back in by itself, or it may have to be pushed back in by the individual. The primary cause of hemorrhoids is a lack of fiber in one's diet. We've all heard from our parents, and from advertisements on television that a high amount of fiber is essential for our health. But why is that? What exactly does fiber do? The older we become, the more fiber our body starts to need. It helps keep our stool soft, since it helps the stool retain liquid. A lack of fiber would mean a lack of liquid in the stool, which would cause us to pass hard stools, which take a lot of effort and strain to get through, making it more likely that the blood vessels around our anus become inflamed, leading to hemorrhoids. Apart from this, there are a bunch of other reasons why one may develop hemorrhoids. Enlargement of the uterus causes it to press on the colon's veins, leading these veins to bulge and enlarge. Diarrhea. Another reason for hemorrhoids could be a chronic case of diarrhea. Constant pressure and irritation of the anal tract is the reason for this. Constipation. As anyone who's been constipated in the past knows, it takes a lot of effort to pass stool when one is suffering from this illness. This straining of the internal walls of the anus causes hemorrhoids. Prevention. It is rightly said that prevention is better than cure, but in this video, we'll be discussing both. Firstly, to prevent hemorrhoids, as you could have guessed, one must consume a nutritious diet that has a rich variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, as well as meat. Along with this, consuming plenty of liquids throughout the day is essential to prevent hemorrhoids. After all, what liquid is the fiber going to retain if there is none in your body? Apart from this, there are a few other ways to prevent hemorrhoids. Overstraining. One of the prime reasons that hemorrhoids happen is due to overstraining of the anal walls. This overstraining can come from excessive pressure while passing stool, or by clenching too hard when picking up an object. For this reason, it is important to not overstrain the anal tract. Physical activity, sitting or standing all day long or even for a few consecutive hours can pressure your veins immensely. Be sure to get a lot of exercise, and to take a short stroll if you've been sitting for a while, or to sit or lie down if you've been standing for a while. This also helps keep bowel movements regular, and helps keep your digestive system going. Body weight. Being overweight is also a big reason for this illness, since it acts as a constant pressure on your anus. In case you weren't aware of the preventive measures for this illness and, as a result, have a case of hemorrhoids, here are a few ways you can relieve your symptoms. Creams and ointments, suppositories, and over-the-counter drugs that contain the chemical hydrocortisone are the easiest way to help with hemorrhoids. Along with this, pads that contain witch hazel also help. Both are readily available online. Ice packs. Since hemorrhoids are a result of inflammation, ice packs do a great job of not letting the situation worsen. Applying the ice pack, or a cold compress to the hemorrhoid will help with the swelling. Warm sitz bath. A sitz bath, for those of us that don't know, is a bath in which a person sits in a bath full of water up to their hips. Taking a sitz bath with warm water will help relieve some of the pain, and reduce the itchiness of the area. Towelettes, more of a way to keep the hemorrhoid from worsening than actually curing it. Using moist towelettes as opposed to dry toilet paper is a great way to keep the affected area from being irritated even further. Painkillers. The most obvious way to soothe the pain of hemorrhoids taking painkillers such as ibuprofen or aspirin is an easy way to soothe some of the discomfort you may be feeling. Be sure to not take too many, since an overdose can be very harmful for your liver and other internal organs. Surgery. If the problem is really serious and can't be fixed with any of the mentioned non-surgical options, then a hemorrhoidectomy may be the only option left. This surgery completely removes the hemorrhoid. A process known as stapling may also be involved, which is when a prolapsed hemorrhoid is put back into place. Summary. To summarize, hemorrhoids are caused by an excess amount of pressure put on the anus, which leads to irritation of the nerves. It can be avoided by eating a nutritious diet, rich in fiber and water, and with regular physical activity. In case of hemorrhoids, there are various ways to cure them, including gels, creams, baths, and surgeries. Thanks for watching this video. And, if you have some tips or stories about hemorrhoids, share it below with others. Make sure to like and subscribe for more helpful videos.